And we're back. We've had some technical difficulties. Internet again, folks. Man, this is our first truly remote situation where my brother Mick is up north and I'm here in Sussex, and we got new technology that I'm trying. We're all trying to get together on.
Hey, you did
So
a great job as always producing everything. I mean, it's
so
amazing. We started out on the phone. It got hot. I stuck it in the refrigerator. Greg sent me the
yeah.
link. We're
You
back in
stuck
the
in the link.
kitchen. You notice we
Yeah.
celebrate the apple here. Apple
Oh yeah.
Day.
Oh, you
Keeps
got
the
the
doctor
apple.
away.
You
But
got the
more
apple.
importantly, my wife of 41 years, God bless her, taught a lot of students. A lot of students in her career. God bless you,
That's
Marguerite.
right. That's
Great
right. You
teacher.
got
You just
apple
see you in the
day.
classroom. Her mom and dad were teachers. A lot of teachers in her family. She's got two
Yeah.
nieces that are teachers, and one's involved with autistic children and
Right.
adults as well. And it's just a great thing, man. You know, when you get people that are really cared about educational thing, teaching, training, and moving things forward in life of your ABCs, your arithmetic, all that. No BS. Then you got great students that become great citizens. Isn't that what that's about?
Oh yeah, it
Honestly,
absolutely is. You're
right.
passing along education and knowledge.
So we got the
Yeah, like
apple back there. Salute. Iced
salute.
tea. I'm not drinking all that good whiskey you had out there in Ireland.
Not yet. You're not.
Nah, I'm gonna stay straight here a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the beers are flowing. I'm not gonna lie. The beers are flowing. Am I
Okay.
sounding good with the
You sound great. You
All right,
sound
cool.
great.
All right, I'm just going to
You know.
relax here.
Yeah.
Let's get back to our conversations. You were, I believe, talking about different whiskeys, and that you were
Yeah. Well, I
talking
said
about.
we had Redbreast. That was the
Right.
whiskey that we were using out there, and we had the three different beers. We had Guinness. Another one I can't remember the name, but it almost tasted like a Guinness. It was the number one competitor. Again with a B, like beer Meister. I don't know what it was. And then we had Schmiddix. We had a couple of Schmiddix out that way. So that was all good. But again, the whiskey, the Redbreast 21. In fact, it was Frank liked it so much he went out and bought a whole bottle of it. And
Damn, man. For the hotel.
yeah, yeah, it was two
Private
fifty for the
pours,
bottle
private
out
pours.
there. Yeah.
I'm telling you
So
right now, I'm sorry this might have to happen. But all I was talking about Ireland, this iced tea ain't getting it. I was out there in the heat, so I might have to go to a Mickey's. Yeah,
to a Mickey's, there you go.
my buddy up in the Poconos, I drank that a few years ago. My
Yeah,
brother got it for me to bust my chops because it was used to be called Mickey's Big Mouth Beer
right.
back in the '70s, and they since changed it. But it's a malt beer. It's really cool, and I love the bottle. It's green. So you know what? Heck with it. I'm gonna get one.
Go get one, man.
Yeah, get one. I gotta get one.
So this is an official beer break.
Oh, this,
Uh, hey, folks, if you're joining us, man, we're really just putting things together here
all
for
this
some
talk.
good
All this
good.
talk about beer, Ireland. My nickname is Mickey.
See, you got the wide mouth.
Oh yeah, yeah, these are good.
Wide mouth.
I'm having this honor, my buddy Mike Fazio up there in the Poconos. What a great guy, great man. We get along so well. Here's to you, Michael. God bless you.
Cheers. Yeah. So, well,
All
you're
right,
getting
we got
ready.
that out of the way.
You're heading out to Seattle. You just got back from Nashville. You talk about me and my travels. I call you a Sella unknown for a reason.
Well, it was in Nashville. I was in Knoxville. I'll tell you right now, Tennessee is an amazing state. I'm glad I spent that much time there, not gone there for partying, gone there for concerts or anything like that. We were in the neighboring state, Kentucky, last year for a golf trip, so there was no golf. We played Top Golf, Ed and I did, and then we went to Pinehurst in that. But Knoxville was great, and let me tell you something, buddy. Knoxville is becoming like the fourth city that people are going. You should see the expansion that's going on. The roadways, the airports, people coming into Knoxville, not because they they don't like America. It's because they love America and they're tired. So what I equate this to, Smash Brother one, real quick, is that remember the days where people were always going somewhere, the Oregon, right, the Oregon Trail, to the West Coast, California, the Dreamers, the Gold Miners, 49ers,
Yeah.
you know, people from
Go
West
West, young
Virginia,
man.
went to northern Pennsylvania. They did it to make life better from where they were at. And it just seems like, you know, people are just moving because they want a new life somewhere where people, like we talked about before, that just wants to live a good life.
Yeah.
Just have a good employment, have a good community, have a good relationship with people, raise a family, do American things. You're going to do that in Tennessee. I spent 12 weeks there altogether, 6 in Nashville, 6 in Knoxville. And I'll tell you something right now. I can't say enough about that great state. For the people. Yeah. The driving's a little chaotic because you got so many cut-through roads on the mountains and so many highways. I mean, there's just massive amounts of highways for such a, you know, and it's a big state. Tennessee's a big state.
Oh, yeah.
And so many great Americans came from there. But speaking of that, Smash Brother, I'm really looking forward to going with the family, Marguerite, on this cruise. You know, it's something to do. As far as I've never been on a cruise, you know, Marguerite has been on a cruise. They're all cruisers. So I'm a newbie with all this.
I just want to see you. I would love to be a fly on that trip just to see you on a cruise, bro.
I know, man.
Like,
It's kind of, you know, like I'm excited, but like I said, I'm just going to, you know, just stay in this ship. It'll all be good. I love the boats. I love the water. I just never been on a big cruise like that, you know?
well, you know, you won't even feel it. At least I don't think you will, because it's almost like a river cruise, right? You're not out in the ocean.
I guess. I know we go out to Puget Sound.
Well, yeah, okay. It might be a little choppy, but I don't think it's going to be too crazy.
Well, choppy, and then we go up, you know, I think we go into Canada. We want some of their seaways. I got to bring my passport. But it's just a great thing to do. And it's really cool that you did something big for a celebration of 250. You know? Can you hear me?
I can hear you very well.
It's good that we got it with our families. There's people are celebrating all around, and we're getting into the mix. And I hear where we're staying at. The team's staying where we're at in Seattle.
Yeah.
You know, they booked this hotel months ago. You know, when we knew we were flying in 4th of July, who thought, you know, we're all rooting for Team USA to be big time. Well, they are.
Right.
They got the big game Monday night in Seattle, and SB2 and family is flying in tomorrow.
That's perfect, man. That's perfect.
It's all going to be all good. I hope to meet some people. I got my country road shirt. I hope they sign that whole shirt. I'm going to get this whole shirt signed, and yeah, I'm going to get in the mix with all that. Hell yeah, man. Are you kidding me? It's America.
I think what's the best thing, I really think that when you come back from this trip, because it's a vacation cruise, like you're hanging out with family, you're not working anywhere, you're not doing anything. I think you're going to come back and go, you know what? I can't wait to do this again.
I'm hoping. Well, being with Ed on that open road like that, man. I mean, you know, it was, you know, doing that part-time gig. It's tough to see with, you know, everybody wants us, you know, not to get on a tangent, especially, but this is a shout out for law enforcement. They keep everybody safe, but we don't realize what they have to deal with because humans do terrible things to other humans. And the law enforcement, the police have to go out and do all this. Scanning these files, all 618,000 files, over close to 2 million documents that we made digital images. You have to, I mean, it's like I said, they see pieces, we saw it all, and then Ed, he QCs all that. He saw all those images for QC to make sure everything's perfect. Because we're not talking about little things here. And if something you can't give your defendant, the murderer, whoever. No, you know, you don't want to be that Tennessee ain't gonna be like no freaking Walt's up there in Minneapolis or Minnesota. It ain't happening in Tennessee. Those people are diligent. There's law and order, and there's respect for individuals' rights to live in this nation free from all this crime. And to be a part of that was a great honor for me. I'll be honest with you. It was a great honor to be part of that scale. It was tough. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody had their moments, but law enforcement, first responders, what they have to see on these crime scenes. Speaking of that, Cleveland Heights had a major fire last night.
Yeah, I know. You were telling me about that. What?
Five houses burned. What I heard, I don't know how I've got no injury. Five houses went down. That's what I heard. That's what the news had. Five houses
what
on the Maryland Avenue side, coming in from that traffic light. I believe that it was on the left-hand side, from what I could tell from memory.
All right.
And so I'm hoping all them people.
Faces Canby Park.
It can't be Park West, correct?
Yeah, West, yeah.
I think it was that side. I don't know. It was a 1500 block. But the firemen had to get out there and all that heat and everything and deal with those blazes. So while we have 4th of July and all these great celebrations, there's going to be men and women in this nation that are still have to do their jobs. And they need a lot of gratitude. And they need a lot of appreciation from the public. And Pat, my neighbor, is probably the closest law enforcement friend I have that with the ATF or, things like that. Naturally, my other family members are in other different things. And I called him. I said, Pat, I got just a new profound respect for what law enforcement, because he was a county police officer before, what they deal with. And there's a lot of things that go on in that world because of all their stresses that they see and deal with day in and day out. The public, why do you got to be so mean to each other? This all starts with hate. If you don't hate anybody, you don't kill anybody. You don't rape them. You don't hurt them. You don't knock them in the head. You don't rob them. You don't do heinous crimes. And then when you have a society that's soft on that, they know they're going to get a walk, they go higher, right? I don't believe in gateway drugs, but I believe in gateway crime. If you start committing crimes and you're getting away with it, and you know you're going to walk in and see somebody and they're going to bang a gavel and out you go pay a fine, and you just robbed somebody with a physical force. You didn't hurt them, but you robbed them. Mm-hmm. That's going to lead to something else. Yeah. It's going to lead to because it's deviant behavior to hurt another human being.
True.
And thank God there's law enforcement out there. And we just got to give them a special shout out for Smash Brothers, show them some love, and give them special recognition.
Well, they deserve it. I mean, it's what the country.
Tremendous.
We started off being independent, and we had to have a militia to keep us independent.
That's right.
Nobody would come in to take our freedoms away, and that's what the armed forces are all about. That's what our police and EMTs are, all the people that have to put their lives on the line to keep us independent, to keep us free as we are.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's well said, Smash Brother. And it's well said. And we know the importance of it, All
right. I'll tell you though, going over, I think it's good for all of us to make it a point to try to go to another country and see how they live and what they have to do. And you come back here with a whole different level of appreciation.
Oh, hell yeah.
I made some points on some personal posts about what it's like to be over in Ireland. And they're great people. They're warm, friendly. They've got, freedoms like we do, but not quite like we do. And there's more regulations and there's BS they got to go through. I mean, I made it a point to get up in the morning and I'd go down in the breakfast area and I'd have my breakfast. I'd start off with a cup of coffee like I normally do. But you know what? I didn't get online. I read the newspaper. I took a local newspaper and I read all the way through. And I can tell you that, and I took some pictures of some of the stories. It's all relative. The same shit that goes over there can go over here. It's just
right.
it's just slightly different because they have a different level of government that they got to go through. Stuff that would never really be a big story in our way, yet it is over there. And their attitudes, I feel, and what I sensed was they kind of they know they're restricted, so therefore they don't try. There's no ingenuity, there's no inspiration to do something, and all these
It's stifled. Things are stifled, I
it's
guess.
stifled. You're absolutely good point. Good set of words right there, bro. Um,
Yeah.
they come over like these influencers for the World Cup. They've come over and they're doing their thing but they truly are being introduced to what America is, and they're highlighting everything. And if you're watching them, all of a sudden it hits you like, you know what? We do got a lot of good things. We got more good things in this country than anywhere else in the world. I don't care
Yeah,
who you.
absolutely.
I don't
We've
care.
been saying that for years,
Yeah.
our entire lifetime. How about the parties we had down my mom and dad's basement? I mean, you had
Yeah.
spectacular parties. We had parties before the dances at the ping pong table, drinking, just doing good things, kid stuff back in our day.
Yeah.
We sung God Bless America banging on the air ducts. Now think about that. That's from our heritage, from carrying on as teenagers. We're singing "God Bless America" proudly. We always loved law enforcement. We never gave them trouble. Never gave cops trouble. Never gave. Always showed
No.
respect for military.
I.
Nobody had this inner say that defund the cop. I mean, Mr. Scott, he was the captain of Wilmington Police Department. He lived right down Cleon
Right down the
Huntington,
road.
right down the road on Clayton Street. I mean,
John Forrester. John Forrester.
John Forrester.
Active state police. He's our football, baseball coach.
Yeah, I mean, it's like guys like we grew up with, but like I said, we weren't mean. We were just doing kid stuff, but we always had country in mind, respect in mind. I think it was our education from St. Elizabeth, but most of all in our parents' household.
Yeah, a lot of it grew from. I'm going to go a little bit further with this because it just wasn't focused on the people we knew, but it was the whole attitude that we had that said we're free, we're free
Yeah,
to go drink on the beach, and even though
yeah.
that's it's not allowed now, but we did it, or
Oh, the
we're free to go.
bonfires the other night, burying the K with the bonfire on the beach. Why can't kids do, like, seriously, you don't hurt anybody. It's an American
No,
thing to do. They got all these restrictions. I mean, I woke up on the inlet, a few nights, bit up with mosquitoes and bugs, sand fleas, jump in the ocean, get like I said, it's the freedoms that we experience just being with just free of, just living free. Waking up on
that's
a
it. Like
beach, jumping in the ocean to get cleaned
okay,
up, laying down Wildwood, waking up after getting burnt like a lobster in a pot. We went to Bolero's, roast beef sandwiches and 25-cent draft beer.
well, it's see the thing is it's
What the hell?
we have that right. We have that sense of freedom where they don't have that in other countries. They're always questioning whether or not they can do something, and that's where we differ because we don't really question it. We do it first and then ask questions. They'll ask questions, and in fact, one of the influencers or whatever, I don't even know. They come across my stream and I say one of them was going big guy. I think his name's James or something like that. But anyway, he's a huge dude, and him and his wife come over for the cup, and they've toured the states for I don't know 3 or 4 months. So he made a point. He goes, one of the things I love about America. He goes, I just went tubing for the first time. I went down some rapids,
Isn't that
right?
cool?
Going down to Brandywine, similar to that. And he said, here in America, they just do it. They grab a tube and they go to an area where you can do it at, and they get in and go. He goes, little kids, everybody was there. And so in England, he goes, if this is in the UK, there would be 10 lifeguards on each side of the river, and you would have to fill out 10 forms, and it would all be regulated. Like you couldn't go at this time of day and couldn't go at that kind of weather. He goes, in America, you just go and do it. He goes, you guys are crazy, but I love you.
Well, in so many ways, this freedom of expression has got turned around like freedom of anti-America, well, just be, just one time, you know, fall in love with something that the beauty of America brings to you. I mean, what's wrong? You got something going on?
No, my smashette was asking me, did I water the flowers yet outside?
God bless her. Hey, they got beautiful lawn and gardens going on. We got it out here.
I'll tell you,
We got it.
I got my duties.
That's right. Well, you know what? Thank God, Michael and Rachel. They live. When we go travel, they take care of the plants and everything. I'm so happy. They're going down the beach together. You know, it's just amazing when we sit back and you think about the American spirit, the dream. We follow passions of our lives. I mean, like I said, it was. Did I want to aspire to be a multi-millionaire? Not really. Did I want to work on a railroad like my dad? Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just American spirit, working for a nation's railroad. I think back about my career and, on the railroad and the great American journey. When we did the 40th anniversary train of Amtrak, I think it's somewhere in a track museum. I know it's all still together, but they celebrated 40-year anniversary. And it was just so cool to see the historical counts of passenger railroad under Amtrak. What's so cool about the 250th anniversary, everybody's talking about railroads, and they're all talking about the steam engine days, the tracks being laid. You're seeing pictures of the Transcontinental Railroad when the spikes got joined up, the rail got coupled up, and the spikes got nailed down. I mean, if that doesn't get your blood boiling about all the greatness that had to happen to do that, all the fatalities, all the injuries, all the hard work to bust through those mountains, to join both sides of this continent together. I mean, we have other routes these day and age and stuff, but that was monumental. It started with the railroads, and that brought passenger service. That brought different cultures, different ways to move things, especially coal. So, it was the freight and the passenger railroad. It's just so good to see this all being in count of the 250 celebration. It warms my heart. You being an entrepreneur, my son being an entrepreneur, your son in the business, your son-in-law. It's got to be a great feeling. You're out there living an American dream of free enterprise and entrepreneurship that gives you so many freedoms because you are providing a service to the public. And the public comes with you. It was fun. I thought about you last night because I know you like Greg Gutfeld. I love him too. He's funny. He had a great five show yesterday when they were on the mall.
I saw it.
It was great. Asking Ben Franklin. He got a little personal. But hey, what the hell? I would say the same thing. Did you do this? Did you do that? He was a ladies' man. God, what are you gonna do? That was the era. So, anyways, but it was so cool. But last night, his monologue was coming in with trust. In God we trust in America. Things are based on trust and a handshake. I mean, think about that. We put paperwork together and documentation, and we get lawyers involved. But we start out with a trust of a common bond for each other, living in a community, living in a state, in a county. And that was really good issue on trust. And you have to trust in the things to be done right. And accountability of oneself performing in no matter what you're doing in transportation, whether it's automobile, rail, air, ships, boats, whatever. You're moving massive amount of people for good times, entertainment, business, work, whatever. But you got their lives in your hands. It's huge. So Buckley's Auto Care, you've always been saying that since I've known you. You just have safety built into your product line, and you're always promoting safety in your shows when you had your radio show, WDL, DriveSafe, DriveSmart.
Smart. Yeah.
Right. You promote things that are very important to the transportation with the automobile industry.
Well,
And,
so
and
railroad, being on the railroad, anytime you have to, you have
huge.
people that rely on your skills to make sure that they arrive safely, not just them, but their family members, whatever the case might be. Hey, man, if that railroad don't run, passengers don't get to their destinations, they miss their appointments, or foods and grains and supplies don't get to where they need to go.
Yes.
So transportation
It's
is
huge.
it's huge.
It's
And
huge.
I think those of us that are involved with it, uh, there's a level, there's a level, or I should say, there's a pride that we share. We don't boast about it, but we know who we are. We know that
Absolutely.
it's on us to get people from A to B or get goods and services from A to B.
Damn right, man. And to have the consciousness of that is, and that's what I said, man. I don't know, Greg. I just think back, when we're doing this Smashcast here, and reflecting on our nation, and we're both pumped up. When we text each other this morning, let's do something, get into the mix of talking about the greatness of America, the abilities to do things, the liberties, the freedoms that you can do your things that you want to do, and you can get into the free markets. You can invest. You can do digital. You can do everything.
Yeah.
You got so many opportunities, and you got to understand that it just doesn't happen because somebody says you're America. You get this. Here it is.
Right.
We earned it. We made our salt. We did great things with great people, and we have a president that wants to celebrate it like amazing. I think there's 7 hours of flyovers in Washington D.C. Imagine that.
Something like that today, yeah.
We got so charged up when you get to fly by at the Eagles game. Remember, or a football game, or helicopters, or whatever goes on. You're gonna have 7 hours of it. I mean, I cut out here. What happened? Oh, there.
I got you.
Yeah, thanks. So you're gonna have 7 hours. I mean, that's greatness right there. Where are you gonna lose 7 hours of anything? We're gonna have all our stuff on display, all our aircrafts. The ships going up to New York Harbor, they got a whole parade tomorrow with tall ships from all over the world. Everybody wants to get in the mix of America, what America means. Why can't people, as we're so positive, why can't people just put down just try something American on this 4th of July weekend? I mean, we got all these nations coming in here, and they're trying to make it what we're not about. Flying the small flag in these Capitol buildings. That's what I'm saying. How's that? How can that happen? First of all, you can't have any flag higher than the American flag, and they're flying it as their first flag.
Look,
Are you kidding me?
I know.
It's not because I don't like Somalia people. Has nothing to do with that. I don't even know them. I don't want to know them. Anyways, but I don't know them. But you're going to come to this country and fly their flag and have a big day about it when you got the 4th of July? You're out of tune, baby. They're out of tune.
Yeah.
And not only they're out of tune, they're bringing detrimental to this nation. But the one good thing that they're doing, and I really believe this, they're making people that love this country, maybe a little bit, maybe something, but some feeling, they're uniting us like never before.
Yeah, true.
People like you, common folk people that want to live just like you said, without restrictions, love your jobs, your country, what we do, a vocational work to make money for your families, and you can determine whatever you just want to do, not somebody dictating it to you. So that little plug out there, look, I ain't got nothing against Somalia, but I do have something against that flag being raised over a Capitol building and there's no American flag. That's un-American. Tim Walt's up there, and he did something un-American. He's a horrible human being. I don't understand why these people just don't, if they want all this, why don't they go to lands where you can do your dirty deeds? you can fly any flag you want in the country of that land. You don't see no American flag over there.
No, no.
They'll kill you.
Here's my belief: is that America is the easiest way out. It's the easiest way out from not having to deal with their problems back home, because if we kept everybody home in their homelands, let them figure out what their problems are. It's just like I had you know, for a few days or a few weeks or something, an old acquaintance of mine was arguing with me about, the political system and not being fair. And, he was originally from New York, a community college guy. And I known him from past situations. He was from San Francisco and he had his own little small business, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, he packed things up and went to Spain. Now he's the biggest complainer while being over in Spain. And I'm like, how do you armchair from Spain? And especially, you left the country because you were pissed at it? Like, WTF, man? Like,
Why? Why?
Yeah, why? Why?
I want to know.
Oh, it's this and that.
Smash Bro, what we need to do is we need maybe the next show or when we're together, just get people in, because I admire this Will Kane. He gets people in from wants to understand this. I want to know. I got to know what many people. I like to know. I like to have a dialogue, a conversation of this, whatever this twist, this bump, whatever something's in your mind about this country that you think that it's not meeting the country doesn't meet your demands. You're in a country where you can slice out your little pie, your little space, your little earth, your little whatever you want to call it, oasis, paradise.
Give me the famous quote. Give me the famous quote from the youngest president from 1963 who was assassinated. What was his quote?
Oh, you know what it is. Do not ask what your country could do for you. Ask what you could do for your country.
Bingo.
And I had my coffee out of his cup I got at the museum on my 65th birthday. Because guess what? It's all in the earning. It's all in doing something. It's all in betterment. Like you said, people coming over from this land for the World Cup, they're saying, America's not like what we talk about or heard about. Now, if you go to New York and you listen to some of those leaders, then they might be able to, but they went to the West. They're in areas where this kind of ideology doesn't even want to exist in any type of law of the land, let alone, you're in some areas that is, deemed this and that, but people aren't that way, right?
No.
People aren't that way. So
well, you made a good point. You made a good point on the last show is that and this is true, if you were to leave this area, the DC or the New York area, right? And go inbound, what did you experience? Good, wholesome people?
Oh, just
do good things, friendly.
Just
come
friendly.
Out here and you got,
right. Just want to live in land that they can raise their children, have Christian values, have a life, and you can have you can have the same thing, whatever values you have. You just can't infringe on your neighbor because it's written into our laws of freedom, right? We each have, and everybody has to pursue the right to happiness. And why can't people understand that and respect that? And they think that this ideology it's catching fire. And folks like you and I, other voices out there, we have to stay a strong voice and keep showing or talking about great things of America: entrepreneurship, sportsmanship, challenges, education, higher education, work ethic, being a good human being to other human beings, understanding there's a bigger picture than us here on Earth.
Well, I think it's a good
idea.
idea.
For that, bro. It's sad to say, if the Lord keeps us here more years, we're it. You understand? Yeah. We're the last voice of the greatest generation that passed things down to us. These people don't even want to hear about World War II. They don't even want to hear about it. They don't even believe it, let alone hear about it. They don't even want to believe it. It's so distorted here on the East because you have this ideology. So you talk about going to a foreign country. Let's talk about going from state to state. When I'm in
Well, this is the
Florida,
first. The East Coast is the most. I think it's the most where most immigrants land
yeah,
from the South American countries. They don't come up. I mean, you got the Mexican border that has been been cleaned up, taken care of. It's now not open borders, but the East Coast still is, and they come in through there. And I made a point to when I was talking with Greg, the caddy Greg, having conversations, and it's a matter of, listen, you know what? None of us mind a person coming into the country wanting to make better for themselves, but come in legally, abide by the rules, love the country that you're taking in, and pitch in.
well, see, that's
Hey,
all part of the mantra. When you go, like my family came in through Ellis Island, it came over on,
bingo.
the boat.
Yeah, yeah,
And went to Ellis Island. They had their paperwork. They were registered on a boat that would open immigration, and
yeah.
they had to agree to certain things. And then you agree and you sign your name on that, and then you
Right,
earn your citizenship, right? And you become citizens in this land through immigration, and you have a great life. And people did that in droves of all nationalities and countries.
yeah.
Now they just think you have open borders because we want votes. We want
Well, it is
power.
votes.
We want greed. We want to have more control over your life. They're coming to this country to have freedoms. They're going to run into a group of
That's
people
what
that
that's
want
what
to
I don't
control you,
understand.
just like you will in your own country, and they want
That's
that to
what I
be the
don't
flavor
understand.
of the day.
Right.
And guys like us, women out there, uh, people, put it this way, just people want everyday good living, what America is. I mean, can you imagine being a child growing up in this day and age if you really let them go? Like, it's so good to hear that people are limiting their TV time, they're limiting their computer time, or excuse me, social media time. They're limiting because there's predators out there that are trying to do this, do that. Not only that, then you get the influencers in you, and they're trying to do this. Then you get these whatever hijackers that want to do everything. Shut it down. Don't let them in your lives. You don't have to let them in your lives. Just shut it down.
Well, I think that the
You
the
know,
influence.
did our parents have anything to do in our childhood? Be honest.
Mm, did they have anything to do? They
In
just
our
had
childhood playtime behaviors,
no.
what did he tell us to do?
Go
Don't
outside.
accept candy from strangers. Don't
Yeah.
go past the
Right.
railroad tracks. Be home for dinner.
Be home for dinner.
That was our
Yeah.
rule.
Yeah.
And then we went out and we did whatever, ride our stingrays, played baseball, played basketball for hours, football, tackle this, fights, whatever, we did it. Our parents weren't in our lives. They weren't in my life, put it that way. I
No,
mean,
no, I
I
get it.
did
I get
things
it.
with my parents, went to the beach, did family parties and everything. But they didn't have to protect me because they were worried. They told us the rules. And plus, we had 100 kids around us
Yeah.
playing, all with the same mutual interest, all with the same, like who could win something. We learned so much things through our common denominator, through sports, through parties, through dances, through everything that, you know, it was a good education besides education you got from your school and your family life.
Well,
We
it's
had
something.
our own police network. We kept things
Yeah.
in bounds, bro. We
Yeah.
did. I mean,
True.
we did.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool. We got cigars, remember, from Fontana's, 25 cents, Garcia Vegas. We thought we were big stuff smoking a cigar before a football game. Friday night. We played Saturday or Sunday.
Friday night football. Friday night pregame.
Pre-game. Yeah, we got cigars. I mean, it was like cool. We smoked a cigar. I mean, we didn't go, we got a quarter, got a cigar and hung out and we were going to go be on the field, man. I mean, I'll tell you something right now, buddy. We were so blessed. And guess what? The common factor is we just think that, oh, this guy has this and I got to have that. Or, You know, we made do what we had, and we never knew we had nothing less. And that's friendship, man. That was,
Yeah.
you
We
know,
didn't.
and you need that through life, man, because life is hard. I can't imagine going through life not knowing that I knew John Boyer, our scoutmaster.
Yeah.
You know,
True.
I mean, just a natural born leader, strange in some ways, but his madness was an edge that you saw that it gives you the edge. And
He was. He
we had
was.
an
He
edge.
was.
We was, and it instilled in us like
He
you will be
was.
defeated.
He,
Get on that bridge, get on that monkey bridge, and go swing over that ravine and knock that other guy down that ravine. He'll live. He'll live. Go win it.
he was crazy.
He was wild. But the thing, you know, that like I said, you know, like my dad always said, he said, Mr. Boyer, you made boys into men in your scout troop. And my dad was all about that. He was in CC camp, World War II, traveled this world, and he learned it quick. We learned it quick. And nowadays, if you did any of that, the poor fellow would be in jail. You know?
It would be.
I mean, you know, anybody, a coach gets into your grill, they want to put them on Facebook and make them the worst human being in America. What gives you that right to do that? He's just coaching.
That's the stuff that worries me, because these idiots that are voting for these people, Colorado, look what they just voted in.
Oh, dear God.
You know, and then New York, they're certified wackos. They are wackos, and you have nothing but wackos. And I'm not here to insult anybody, but you can't tell me that you're behind their positions of no police, open borders, and all of the other stuff that totally takes the fabric away from all of America. And you know,
look what Tim Walz did. He pardoned a convicted rapist, a 10-year-old, confessed. He got pardoned because he said in the country. I can't conceive of this. How can you're living in America? You violated a child. You don't get all because whatever. You're in America. How does he get away? What happened to this girl have civil liberties, federal rights? Why can't the federal government get Judge Springer on that? Get her on that. I mean, how can this guy go free?
You know,
get deported.
Reading about that, he's claiming that it was a normal.
Sickening. Yeah. We know everything.
Yeah, that's
the attitude is that somebody's got to step up to that plate in that state.
They're not.
Somebody's got to step up. The Fed, the AG, somebody's got to step up and say, "You're wrong, man. You're wrong, Governor. You can't do this to a child."
But they won't. They won't do it. All the Democrats out there. Have you heard anything from Schumer? No, there's nothing from Schumer, right?
Nah. He's such a weak guy.
He is.
I mean, if anybody would say about what they're saying about his people, country in America, and them Jews having to go through all this again in this great nation because of this hatred that they're spawning, somebody's got to step up there, because nobody deserves this. You know, like I said, it's if they got a right to passage right now, a right to passage in their minds that they can do this and get away with it. Well, if that was what's happening in FDR, he was a big Democrat. There ain't no doubt in my mind, if they were doing this, right, wrong, or different, he put them all on up in a mountain somewhere till they figure out what was going on. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, you protest against that strongly against something, you're ready to do something diabolical, right? You look at the levels of different things. If you're willing to go out there and stop Jewish students that are paying money to go to a class because you don't want them in that classroom and that institution backs them up, and then you got a mad public out there backing them up, that's not America.
No,
That's not America. That they're turning this land into something that's not America. They have a right to go to that school just like a Palestinian student, just like an American student, just like a foreign student. But these universities are so woke and they hate so much that they blame the Jews for everything. What do? They work and they make money. They dictate things. They do this, they do that. You can support a genocide of October 7th with people coming in with vans and trucks and killing mass murders and things like that. Well, it goes to show you. The man just pardoned a rapist, a convicted, and he confessed rapist. So he did it. He said he did it. So if a sitting governor can do that in America, think about that. Think about that for one moment. A sitting governor.
I think about him being vice president, and I'm thinking, oh my God, thank goodness that didn't happen.
Well, it could have. If the
Could
police
have.
officer didn't rush that shot from that sniper up on that roof, but it was Jesus, it was the Lord that saved Donald Trump. Nobody's going to tell me any different. Because God wants us to be free and great for the greatness of the Creator, for the greatness of this land, for people. He kept him alive. There's not a doubt in my mind. You're going to be God? Well, I don't even understand that. I don't understand it. Look. President Trump is doing the right thing right now for his nation. And I'm telling you right now, these people want to come out with the records, the financial, this, that, and you know, if they win the House, they're going to tie up this nation for 2 years on Trump.
Without a doubt.
And they did it before. And he showed up everywhere because he's a law-abiding, great American citizen. Besides a great president, he's a law-abiding citizen. Some attorney general that whack job down there in Fulton County Prison, Georgia, got him down there. He took his mugshot, and guess what? Became the world's famous mugshot. Beat them all.
It did, just like that. I know it was a total PR stunt, and that judge is probably going, should never have done that. Should never have done that.
And come to find out, they were making deals, put the poor man in jail. Take away everything what they're trying to do. And if you don't see yourself in this plight of America, and you can't see yourself that somebody who's just doing something so good, and then there's a whole band of people that physically, mentally, and financially want to take him out, that is sickening. Yeah. And that's what makes him a great American. Because he symbolizes... He symbolizes what you have to have in the backbone to beat these people, because they're for real. They're for real. These people.
I don't understand it. I don't understand.
I don't understand it. We gotta find out. We gotta find out.
Yeah,
what makes these people hate? What makes these people hate so bad?
Yeah, because the reason is I can't figure a reason. I can't figure out a reason that these people would not only really showcase their hate so much, but that they would want such a radical change, and yet they're so stupid because they don't know history. And they don't know what they're all saying. Oh, well, socialism can work. Well, why hasn't it worked elsewhere? Oh, they didn't know what they were doing. The fuck you mean they didn't know? They try, and people are so gullible to believe that in any political system there isn't going to be graft, there isn't going to be thievery, there isn't going to be anything subversive that is going to result in the rich getting, or the oligarchs that they say that they worry about, and the poor people are still going to stay poor. It doesn't happen. I mean, Russia is a total communist situation, and are all the people rich? No, they live in apartments and
they're stifled. They're stifled in their thinking. They're stifled in their creativity. That's why they haven't advanced
their
the country.
You're right. Their heat's regulated. Their foods are regulated. Everything's regulated by the government. And they were like, what? I mean,
in our nation, we regulate regulate poisons. We regulate clean water. We regulate the air. We regulate the skies, the laws for people to travel, breathe, drink safely. We don't regulate their lives. See, this is what they don't understand. Regulations are important. Absolutely. I mean, you can't get away from them. But they're there for the safety of people so they can conduct good lives. They're not there saying, you have to stay here and you put your heat there or you put your air conditioning there and you'll do something what I tell you to do. Or in America, we say we'd rather be dead than red. And guess what? It is the truth. And in this state of where we're in right now, the goodness of the 4th of July, I'm hoping it brings this brotherhood and sisterhood back together, and the power of this great land will convince weak-minded people that have been bought into this, like you say, global. Reverend James, that story's still fresh. It was in the 80s, I guess, late 70s. I don't know, 60-year-old story, maybe 50-year-old story, but people of means turned it over to somebody they believed that was giving them a great land and everything. And they went to another part of this world and they all died. So it doesn't go away. Now it's just in droves of people. It's the magnitude of people that are being misled, misguided. And it's so sad that there's people that want to do that to others. Like when we talk about the golf, we talk about family, we talk about barbecues, we talk about business, we talk about making money, we talk about freedoms, these people are talking about the opposite. And then they want to take what you've done in a capitalistic society and erase it. Just like history. They want to erase history, they want to erase what they all care.
Yeah. Well, hey, look, if you own property, it's not yours. We're going to take it from you. Hey, we want 70% of your profits, and you can have the rest. Or you can't give to that charity. We'll give it. You give us your money, and we'll give it back to that charity. Well, it's going to be about 35 to 40% less than what you would have given them, but you give us all of this, and we're going to give a little bit back to them. And that's exactly what they're all asking for, because they can't get the out of their own way in their own lives.
They don't have a life, but to try to control someone else's life, or they think they have the answers for somebody to live, to elevate their lives by saying, oh, you got free electric, you can ride a bus free. I learned as a single digit person, you make your own money. You make your own salt. You get jobs. You make a profession. Open a business. Get into the mix. But one thing's for sure, you don't get anything free. You earn it. And if somebody wants to give you something free, you walk away. Because you know what? That's why we're that way. They're going to do this free. They're going to do that. You can keep all your BS. I don't need your free shit. All right, I don't eat potatoes every night. I don't give a shit, but them potatoes are gonna taste good and they'll be different, prepared every freaking night. Because I want to live, I want my family to live, and I want people to be in America that can do great things for this great land, but primarily to have a good community where people thrive. People are one another. And that Scudfeld message was last night. It was awesome, man. That Gopal, man, he has a way about himself, and he gets the folks that are on his show and everything to build that chemistry, and they get really good points across in a humorous way. And he has that savviness that I admire. But the thing of it is there's so much truth what he says in his monologues and his way of thinking, and the ideology that we have people, and you better be in tune with it, that want to take away your civil liberties. We did it one time during COVID. I mean, it was horrible because Americans are good, and they saw people die, and they saw their country, and they wanted to do good. But the people that were doing it didn't do good. They filled their pockets. They lied behind the scenes. God will take care of them. We ain't got to worry about this on earth. We ain't got to worry about this. They're got away with it all. But they're going to have to meet the Lord. The Lord ain't going to let them go. Are you kidding me? Not a shot. Not a shot. Because they did it to
Johnny
hurt God's
Cash.
children.
Johnny Cash has that song, "God Gonna Cut You Down."
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love that. You played it. That's right.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's what I'm saying, man. You got to treat God's children. I'm not saying you got to give everything away, but guess what? You ain't going to hurt God's children like they hurt to fill their pockets. They did that to what? Have a bigger house? To say they got country club estates? To say that they have this, that? What did they do it? What was their motive?
I don't know.
I want to get to the root cause of why people.
We'll have to find some. If there's anybody listening that can forward us a guest, we'll have them on.
Let's find out these people's perspectives. Why do people think that America is not working for them? Why do they think that?
Why isn't it working for them?
What's not working for you? Why do people want to go to socialism? Why do people want communism? Why do you think you can form another government when it's illegal? I still think all this needs to be challenged in a court of law. Myself, I'm not a lawyer.
But government, you're not going to abide by. Look, case in point.
They hijacked the point. That's all.
We don't have time. We don't have time to get into it. But case in point, you know what's going on with the Catholic Church right now, right?
What with the Pope coming?
Huge division, right? So
too lenient.
The Saint, the Society of Pius X is a sect within. It's a sect within the Catholic Church, and they believe in Vatican II doctrine. So they're holding all their masses in Latin. They're abiding
back to the people.
Right. Vatican I rules, all that stuff. And the Pope Leo just excommunicated all of them, all the new bishops that they just brought in and all that. So it's a big row going on with this. And that's exactly what we're talking about here. Someone's trying to form a new government within the confines of the old one, and they're clashing. So a lot of stuff going on, a lot of friction going on. But let's go.
Control your decisions. Yeah, I'll thank you for enlightening me with that.
Oh yeah, get into that.
I didn't know about all that. And you know, like you said, Smash Brother, we're very fortunate. We play golf. We have good friends. We have beautiful families. And
it's the best country in the world to live in.
And we're appreciative of our nation. We're appreciative of our education. We're appreciative of what our parents gave us. Not just physical things, just the knowledge how to be a good American steward.
Yeah.
How Mondays was the only time my father at our Monday family dinner, he would talk about World War II and the CC camps, and those stories just intrigued me, and it was just nice to hear these things at the dinner table. Just to know that, they went away. The conservation projects, because stimulation with the males in this nation was stagnant because of the Depression, and so Roosevelt did conservation projects all over this land, and we had one in Georgetown, Delaware, and they made life. Look at the beaches. Mindset then, why am I going to buy a lot of sand? Nowadays, that sand's worth gazillions.
Big time.
We talked up an hour. We did a great show. We were proud Americans. Look at you. You got Ireland all in you, looking great. You got your shirt on and great
I'm almost your color, brother. I'm almost as brown as you sometimes.
No, I
won't go there.
It's interesting. It really is, man. I mean, I don't know. I'm Mediterranean, dark. I love it. A lot of people think I'm, Puerto Rican black. I don't care, man. I'm dark skinned. I love being dark. I love it. It's a good color. I don't want to be, you know what I mean? So I had that problem when I was in Italy, because my family's from the South. I was in the North, and they looked down on people with dark skin. That's why people are people. It's not the skin. It's not this, that. It's not that. That's not what America is.
Good perspective, brother.
We're
as always.
We are good Americans that are trying to help out people, just to be a good American, live a life, and don't hate. That's all. Don't hate.
All All right. Well, you're off to Seattle tonight, right?
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow
Yep. Yeah, your godson's taking us to the airport. We'll get there bright and early. You know me. I'll be there 3 hours. I want to be at the airport waiting, drinking coffee versus helter skelter.
Don't drink too much. You'll be too nervous on the plane.
Oh, I'll be all right. Yeah, I've been flying. I'll be honest with you. For a guy that didn't want to fly,
Yeah, you've been flying a lot.
it's either, we're going to be on a plane, train, automobile, and boat
John
the
Candy.
next 18 days. 36-hour train ride after getting off a ship for 8 days. We're going to test our boundaries, buddy. The bride and I are going to test it.
You need to stretch, bro. You need to stretch a little
I
bit.
can't wait. We got barbecues lined up. Mark's my nephew Mark's favorite place, Lucille's Barbecue. We got Joe, Ed's son, and his wife coming over. It's Thursday, July. I think it's the 16th. That Thursday, we fly out Saturday the 18th. Come back, and then I got. I'm hoping you get up to the Poconos, bro.
Hey, man.
Get up to the mountain cave,
I'm
baby.
trying to clear my schedules out.
Get up to the mountain cave. The Smash Bros will do one right there in the newly refinished room.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I got a vision of that.
All right, brother. All right. We're going to close her down. We'll get out of here. I got plants to water, I guess, and clean up.
Plants to water. Now you're going over to the pool for 4th
No,
of
I'm down here in
July.
Millsboro. I'm down here till tomorrow morning.
Are you down? And then you're going back.
Then I'm going back up to Wilmington.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're going to be back up there with Michelle and then everybody getting together for a little pool party.
Yeah, I got the granddaughter and kids coming over. Got a little cookout. Yeah,
We're going to have a cookout at your house. I got you.
Tomorrow. Yeah, Sunday we're at Longwood with some friends. We got dinner, a little walk around. Yeah, and then it's back to the grind on Monday.
See, you got good things going, and there's no doubt if I wasn't on this trip, we'd be in my backyard with a BBQ watching. I can't get enough of all this.
Oh, I know.
Great positive America, people talking good things, the excitement. So many positive things are happening in such a short period of time, and Smash Brothers are right in the mix.
Absolutely, as always.
God bless you and your family, brother. I love you,
Same
man.
to you, bro. All
Peace
right.
and love.
See ya.
Later. Great show.
Thank you.
Look
Oh,
great.
yeah, absolutely.
Look great. Look great. All right. Later.